truth as it is, and either you can handle it, or for most of you, you won't be able to handle the truth. I got a great show for you this morning. Um, it's kind of like the I haven't been on in the last couple of days, so this is kind of like a combination of you can't handle the truth, and of course the morning burnt toast. So we're gonna do a burnt toast segment, and I'm gonna add a piece today in dedication to my moms. My moms used to do these spiritual pearls. I'm gonna leave you with the spiritual pearl shortly when I leave. I'm gonna leave you with the spiritual pearl before I get off. And that's dedicated to my moms. My moms used to do ministry online before she passed away. And my moms used to do these things called the spiritual pearls. And she used to kind of leave you these little tidbits from the Bible, but she taught the Bible from a woman's perspective. It talked about what women would be doing at that era, that time, and how women were so instrumental in the life of Yahweh and the life of the disciples, and just in the overall religious aspect in the community, how women were important. And she talked about how the women lived and um, how they served Christ, and so much more. But she used to do these things called spiritual pearls, and I want to basically dedicate this show to her. And I'll be doing basically a spiritual pearl before we leave out of each episode. Um, so just so much going on, and we're gonna get right down into the crust of things as always, family. Appreciate y'all joining in. I'm going to share the information in a second because I really would like, if you want to uh, join in, by all means, I want you to join in um, the conversation. I don't want this to, end up being a program where we're only basically having a conversation with myself. I want to have a conversation with you out in the community as well. We're going to go ahead and, of course, do some housekeeping. Um, this broadcast, well, first of all, good morning, all you beautiful, bold, and black people. The BBB, I always like to say, we're better than the Business Bureau. We're the Black Beautiful Bureau. Um, but just want to say good morning to each and everybody that may be tuning in and listening in. I appreciate y'all for joining in. Um, not sure why. Okay, not sure why something is going on here. Weird. Um, shoot, did not. Oh, okay. Peace and blessings. Peace and blessings. Peace and blessings, everyone. Good morning. Welcome to another episode, another rendition, edition of You Can't Handle the Truth, um, where I bring you the truth, and either you can handle it, but for most of you, you won't be able to handle it. It just is what it is. I haven't been on in a couple of days, especially through the holiday. So much to get caught up on. I hope that you have an opportunity to join me on today's episode. I do. I will share the stream if you want to connect and join me backstage, and I will get you on. I want to start really again, folks, just having these conversations, and maybe by moving it to Sunday, we might be able to have that opportunity to have these conversations. I don't know what happened at WFBR, but it seemed like I got kicked off at WFBR. Maybe because I was pissing in someone's pond over there at WFBR. I don't know, but they won't take my money. They won't accept my money at WFBR. And really and truly, I can't say the things that I want to say on Radio One without, in some cases, getting some scrutiny and some backlash. So I can't really do it on there. So I was hoping to create a platform on WFBR and be able to live stream it to all the platforms like I'm doing now. So we are live streaming on YouTube, Facebook, my Facebook channel, Product of the Environment, my own personal page. We're on Urban City News on Facebook. We're on Instagram, True to Life. We're also on YouTube with Urban City News. And again, this episode is brought to you by Urban City News. And I'm also going to get into my sponsors as well. Got to thank my sponsors for at least helping me to pay for the platform. And they're willing to pay for me to be on the radio, but the radio don't want me, and somehow I got kicked out. And I've been communicating to WFBR and saying, hey, what other time slots do you have? I'd be willing to take another time slot, but for some reason, they have kind of, I guess, kicked me off somehow, and I don't know how you end up getting kicked off of a radio station, that has somebody like Darren Muhammad on there, and so many other greats that are on there, that are revolutionary voices, but yet somebody like mine's gets suppressed. I don't know. I don't get it, but it is what it is. So I got to come to you the only way that I can come to you, and that's through this platform. And so, good morning, all you beautiful, bold Black people out there listening around Baltimore City, around the country, around the world. And as I always say, our energy just reverberates so strong that I know for a fact that our energy is throughout the universe. So hopefully somebody out there in the universe is listening and watching. I believe that we are universally connected through our energy. So hopefully somebody throughout the universe is listening and watching to this as well. And of course, all praises to the ancestors who have made things possible in many ways. I have a great conversation for you today. Before we get into this, let me go ahead and do some housekeeping. And also, I'm dedicating today's show to my mother, who passed away 2 years ago due to cancer. And my mom used to do these things called spiritual pearls. She was teaching ministry to women. She was teaching the Bible from a women's perspective, and all the great women that were in the Bible. And she was talking about like how they lived and how they contributed to Yahweh, and and how they just contributed to religion and the whole uh, village structure, the whole community structure, religious structure. And she used to do these things called spiritual pearls. So I'm going to end today's show off with the spiritual pearl dedicated to my moms. And um, I don't want this to end up really being a platform. I know so many folks have tuned in and said, hey man, I listened to the show and I watched it. Man, I enjoy the information that you lay out. I enjoy what you bring into the table. But I don't want this to necessarily always be a one-sided conversation. I have a platform here that is capable of bringing folks on. And I would love folks to be able to come on, chop it up with me, have a conversation with me. I'm going to um, post that information online so that hopefully you folks can join me online. I'm going to post that information so that you can join me, hopefully. And if you'd like to join the conversation, by all means, please do. I would love for you, to join us in today's conversation. Okay, so so I'm going to post that information. If you'd like to join, all you got to do is just click on the link in all your different platforms, whether you're watching it on Facebook or whether you're watching it on YouTube, whatever platform, you may be watching this on. By all means,